Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 856 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Pyles, joined today by the duo of James Dean Rader and Ben Funky Askren. We are here, and JD over the weekend was here partying with his laser tag team, so we only have one working mic. We only have one working, so we're going to be like sharing a mic like Bruce Springsteen and the guy from The Sopranos. What's his name? Van Zandt. That's what we're going to be like. Stevie Van Zandt. That's right. Is that his name? I think that's not the guy from Leonard Skinner.
I don't know these things.
That's Ronnie.
Ronnie. Who would have thought there'd be so many Van Zandts influencing the music world and pop culture?
Paige Van Zandt.
And who's that?
The former UFC fighter?
I don't know.
Yeah, former UFC fighter.
Okay.
Bare knuckle.
Very attractive.
Oh, boy. All right. Hey, so week one in the books. And
yes, week one,
delivered.
We did it.
It was a great week
it.
one, honestly.
Lived up to the hype.
It lived up to the hype. And the fun thing about like these first weeks, opening weekend, whatever, is the invariable overreactions you can have, or the kind of deciphering you have to do. Like, is this legit? Is this person who got this big one? Because last year the big one was Anthony Madrigal, week one. He beats Bird. He beats Foley. He beat someone else really good. We're like, Anthony Madrigal, is he good? And then he never did anything like that again the rest of the year. It was just like kind of a one-off.
Maybe he lost his magic. That's you seen that movie?
I haven't, but you refer to it
You
often.
haven't seen it? The Family Madrigal. And then sometimes they lose their magic. He must have, he had his magic in week one last year, and then he lost his magic.
Yes, that's possible too. These are things we have to consider. So,
oh man, I just looked at him. You know what though?
What though?
Dang, his end of the season, he was 0-5, but he lost his last four matches 2-1, 2-1, 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah,
and
hard to
his
score
two
on.
NCAA losses were Bird and Cannon, not really bad guys at all.
Yeah, but guys, he had beaten Bird at MSU.
Yeah.
I think Cannon might have been his other win that he beat. It was someone else pretty good. Yeah. So
look, I'm ready to overreact. Clones taking the Big 12. They're taking out the Tigers. They're winning a team trophy this year.
Team trophy.
I did not.
Monday morning headline for the postseason.
Yeah.
Clones win Big 12. Take home team
Someone
trophy.
did. I saw an Iowa State fan, JD, and they said this. They said Carr goes back down to 57 because it's a weaker weight, and then 57 is Iowa State's weakest weight also, and then you could probably slide either Rojas or Gaetan in at 65.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That kind of sounds like a good idea, but maybe
shoot, that lineup might win the NCAAs.
That's it. Watch out, Penn State.
Stop.
It could happen.
Wow.
So, I guess we should start there. There's a lot I want to get to, and this is probably a peak opportunity to overreact to a lot of different things, right? Because the Badgers did not look good at all. They got beaten 26-6. You have to say, all right, is Iowa State actually at the end of the season going to be that much better than Wisconsin? And I have a hard time thinking that, given the proven talent and commodities that Wisconsin has. But I think on the other side of the coin,
but all those guys lost. I mean, their only losses, their only wins were Model, who's a guy that we've seen a lot, and he won 6-5, and then Rowley won, and that's like I said, that's probably 57 and 74, probably Iowa State's two weaker weights. Is that fair?
Without a doubt, yeah.
Okay.
For sure they are. So I think it's a combination of things, and I am surprised because I would have expected Wisconsin to be ready to go early in the season. Like, that's just sort of in their DNA. So I feel like they're probably pretty prepared. So I think
they did not. I mean, they did wrestle hard. You give them that. I mean, they scrapped hard, but they weren't up for the skill level necessary.
Yeah, and that's what stuck out to me is like just how prepared Iowa State looked, technically how sharp they were. I mean, starting at like 33, Redding really picked Taylor Lamont apart. 3 or 4 takedowns, really smooth, gets in deep, solid finishing, was able to even ride a little bit. But then Swiderski, He set the tone early in that match. A double leg through Zargo's face and a couple more takedowns.
Gave us a great picture.
Great picture.
Yeah, that picture's going everywhere right now.
It's pretty sick. And
well, Christian, I think, and specific, we'll be specific on skills. The reattacks of Iowa State, whether it was a reshot or just a go behind type thing, they killed them on the reattacks. I mean, really bad.
Pinheiro, especially against Austin, he had
Carr, Bastida.
Carr had one nice reattack. Bastida had a good one. They looked really sharp there with their reattacks. Swiderski was just generating a lot of offense just from neutral leg attacks.
I will say I was a little nervous when he got taken down in the second period, and it was
agree.
Oh no, here comes the cliff. Zargo's going to run him down, but
no. And he was even pushing for the for the score late. He was trying to get the major. He was shooting off the edge. So he attacked pretty consistently for 7 minutes and giving up one takedown considering his offensive output. That's pretty freaking impressive. And Swiderski, and really it's, I don't want to change the topic, but Swiderski and Mendez really showed why they were such highly touted recruits, and they're going to be fun to compare over the years because they both look like they're on a pretty crazy trajectory. But the biggest surprise match of that duel had to be
ridiculous.
149, Pinheiro Johnson. Kind of, I guess you have to say, dominated Austin Gomez. And I think when you watch the match, there's a lot of reasons you can lose a match. There's technique, and then there's just tactics. And I think Austin's, one of his vulnerabilities is he's so wide open, is that he can tactically beat himself at times. And while he didn't give up, he was, and you could kind of tell he had a different mind frame early on, where he was so doggedly looking for the mixer early on. It's like, man, it's a freshman. You can probably just beat this kid up. But you could tell probably the way the duel started, Austin was like, man, I gotta, just thinking like how Austin's probably thinking, like, I need to come out and do something big, get the team back in it. And I think that took him out of probably what it would be like an NCAA tournament type of game plan against Pinheiro, and it unraveled. And Pinheiro is not the one where you can really, clearly you can't deviate that much from a game plan and not pay a price. And Pinheiro made Gomez pay. And
Pinheiro looked solid the entire match. He had that nice reattack even in the third period. And
not tired.
Yeah, that's the whole story on him, is he can go with anybody for 90 seconds.
90? No, I give him 3.5 minutes usually, but no, he looked great for all 7. Maybe he figured it out. Obviously, from a positioning standpoint, if you're an elite level athlete and you have issues with cardio, one of the things you can do to mitigate that is positioning, right? Because if your positioning is so good, then people can't force you to overwork. And his positioning was really, really good.
He had to fight really hard in that first period to not go to his back in that opening. It started as a mixer, but then he ended up in the chin and arm, and it looked deep. He had to probably use a ton of energy to fight that off.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really impressive. And I don't know what it'll mean for Pinheiro over the course of the season. Certainly,
it's
a
next
quick way to get
where
on
they're
the radar.
next, JD.
I mean, I'm already looking ahead to the Iowa match.
When's that?
December 4th.
December 4th. Oh, nice. All right.
Are you gonna go?
No, because we got
CKLV.
Dude, I wish.
We will be watch partying though.
We'll be partying. Who knows what JD's gonna do in this studio?
Cyclone Open, baby.
Oh boy, they should do the last chance early this year.
Okay. I just go totally off the rails. We're only 10 minutes into the show.
Fine.
Because this person suggested this thing on Twitter, and sometimes people suggest something. I'm like, oh my God, how did I never think about that? This is the greatest idea ever.
You want the legit last chance open?
Yeah, they have one spot left for NCAAs, single elimination, the week after conferences, wrestle for the last spot. Dude, that is such a great idea. I love this
spot, but I want to cut brackets down, NCAA brackets, because 33, 30
to 32, yeah, 30. Okay, so we'll cut out
enough. I would even maybe cap it at like 24, but do this last chance
32
open.
32 is perfect. 32 is perfect. 33 is dumb.
33 is dumb. Why are you doing the pigtails?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Shut up, Christian. It's dumb. We know it.
We
All
love
right, so
the
31
pigtail.
qualify, 1 for the last chance. I think it's a great idea. I think we should do it.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Think about how intense those brackets would be.
Oh my God.
It's like
How
blood
many
round on steroids.
was there 77 Division 1 teams now, so you'd have essentially a 46-man bracket, single elimination?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
awesome. Let's
Bring them
do it.
all in there.
I was about to say, I don't know if we do all of them.
Can you imagine?
Well, anyone
but
who wants to show up, that's fair.
Can you imagine doing conferences, last chance, and then NCAAs? That's ridiculous.
Well, I don't want to be offensive here, Christian, but given the fact that if you're the
Since when?
32,
Why start now,
you're
Ben?
right. I actually just thought this morning, I'm like, you know what? On today's show, I'm going to try really hard not to make anyone mad at me just because I'm speaking the truth.
It's not going to happen, so you may as well just
I'm
do
going
it.
to soften my edges to make everyone happy. But if you're the 32nd guy into NCAAs, your NCAA run might be kind of short. There's a good chance, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. That thing make it. I mean, you know what? Some people do, and this is someone got mad at us last week, and I want to, because this is like we speak the truth. Someone got mad at us, and they said we were really uppity because we were making fun of the Iowa City Duels because they would just beat up on teams who weren't as good as them. I don't know where we're wrong here. That's just the truth. Now, listen, I have nothing against lower level wrestling, but I do have something against mismatches. And when you're Iowa and you're a top at probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 team in the country, and you're bringing in lower level teams, and every single dual meet is 50-0. I don't know. I can't get down with that. Like I have a lot of guys who wrestle Division 2 and Division 3, but this guy's mad at us for that. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Did you check out the Missouri Lindenwood box score, perchance?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I get it.
Okay, so don't single out one team,
I
Ben.
understand. Not just in a singular case, but in all of the cases.
Well, I think
You had to get some wins and some
like
wins
everyone
and
does it. Everyone starts with it.
I know,
Football's-
and I don't like it anywhere.
And the
Look at this. How about Keegan O'Toole, the only guy to not get a tech or a pin for Missouri?
So pathetic, Keegan. Pathetic.
What happened? It's
The
unbelievable.
guy stalled a lot.
We got a
the guy was
9-second
all right.
pinfall.
I looked him up. He had an okay record, but yeah. Me and Keegan we talked about some pinning tactics when people are just trying to stall against you.
Okay.
So I'm trying to give him the game plan for this type of action.
Okay.
But these scenarios are a mutual win normally because the lower division squads like to come in, they get the experience of wrestling.
Yeah.
A high level guy, even though obviously they get their butts whooped every time, but like in the odd chance that someone does pick up a big win over a decent Division 1 guy, like it's a fun thing. So it's a win-win.
I agree.
Yeah.
But me as a fan, so listen, this show is about our 3 opinions. You, me, and Christian. Our opinions. As a fan, I don't know. I don't care when it's 50-0. Guess what? I'm not turning it on. I'm just not all that excited about it.
Yeah,
That's it.
These are not fan-friendly duels, but
They're not
every duel
fan-friendly.
is.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
But there's a lot of non-competitive duels. I mean, and there's
Yeah.
my
And I don't
point
like
being there again for the elite teams. Iowa State just won 26-6. Like that's 2 quality
Christian, that
programs.
was a competitive duel. It was a competitive duel because there can be duels which
Close
are
matches.
far away in team points, but within each match, okay, 25 is competitive. 33 was relatively competitive. 41 was a fun match, although it was 5 points. 49 was really competitive. 57 competitive. All the way, every match was like really competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. Well, 84 wasn't that competitive, but besides that, every match was in the margin and really competitive. So. Those are the type of matches like that. I actually watched a duel. Max had my kids on Saturday night, so it's awesome. I got to watch like a duel meet without any kids bothering me.
Yeah.
And it was just so much fun to watch some really good wrestling. And yeah, honestly, it's 26-6, but that's the kind of duel meet you want to watch. It was like every match was relatively competitive.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal at all. Not every duel.
No, they got mad at you too. They said you were uppity too.
What about it? What was it uppity about?
I don't remember what
I love them.
what we said, but there was a couple dudes that said Ben and Christian were really uppity.
You're uppity because you hate them, and I'm uppity because I love them? That makes no sense.
Wait,
Which
what?
one?
No. You said I don't remember because I don't even remember the segment. I remember we were kind of making fun of the Iowa City Duels because they beat all the teams 50-0.
Speak for yourself. I love that.
Okay, listen,
It's
you
one of
must
my
have said
favorites
something bad
ever.
because they were mad at both of us. Because this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, listen, I might need to soften my edges, try not to offend so many people.
It's not going to work. I don't even know what I could have said. I love the beatdowns. It's just how seasons are supposed to start for the good teams.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine indeed.
But you did say something because they were mad at you too.
Well, I probably said a lot. Talk for like 4.5 hours a week. It's going to happen. I don't know what I said.
So, yeah, Iowa. But okay, so back to the Wisconsin duel. They were close to shutting Wisconsin out because 57 and 74 were really tight wins for Wisconsin.
Yes, they were close.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I was surprised. Iowa State looked really good. I think Wisconsin's going to have better days for sure, though. We haven't even talked about the match. The match of the weekend, Hamady versus Carr.
3 takedowns to 0 for Carr.
Carr, you couldn't get one more point.
Yeah. So our over-under was 2.5. Pretty spot on. Ben eventually sided with Carr, but
I know.
Initially,
I can't believe I listened to you guys.
Initially, he thought 2.5 was way too many points, but then he actually thought it was right on. He was right there.
That was a great line. Great line.
If he had gotten if he could ride for any amount of time, even to finish
it's not
out a period.
Hamady is dangerous on bottom, so it's not a bad idea for him just to not expend too much energy on riding there because he could maybe find himself more danger. But he was able to get up bottom relatively easily, and then. Yeah, a couple. He got. Was it 2 edge stall calls or was it 1 edge stall call and then a normal stall call? I can't remember.
I don't actually recall.
There was definitely one on the edge. I don't remember if both were on the edge.
I think it was 1 normal, 1 edge.
1 edge. Okay. Yeah. But he kind of controlled the action, reattacks. I mean, Hamady is relatively good defensively and was able to get him kind of flat a few times, but not break his grip.
He does a good job of when guys are on legs grabbing toes.
I actually thought I talked to Keegan. Me and Keegan were talking about this. He had not watched the match yet, but you can't actually grab someone's toe. So I think if I was opposing coach, that's definitely something I would point out. Because
that was the whole RBY DeSanto.
Yeah.
No, but not even pulling it out. Like, okay, so all right, I'm gonna get I got slippers on this morning. I got slippers on. Okay, so. You can grab the shoe, right? But they were getting mad because they were pulling the foot out here. But you're not supposed to actually grab the toe, this part right here, the toe. And that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing a bunch of times. That he was grabbing on top of the toe, and that was really keeping him from moving his leg. But Carr was so flexible with his hips and knees that he was able to kind of like limp leg out of it a few times.
Yeah.
It was very sneaky on Carr's part. But yeah, I think if I were the opposing coach, I'd say, hey, watch that. You're actually not allowed to do that.
Yeah, it was a toe grab, or I don't know, he grabbed the foot. I don't know if it was the toe, but he ended up with a near side cradle on the edge. And it looked like it could have put Carr in danger. But that's often a position, and Ben, I'm sure you obviously know, man.
Yeah, because
a lot of guys can get to that, but it's really hard to convert that into points.
Yeah, and well, if you're in that cradle in the front, yes, it's really difficult to translate that into anything.
Yeah. So Carr, 3 takedowns to 0. 2 of the takedowns were really Carr just kind of dove in and figured it out from single legs, and then he had one really nice reattack. So I didn't think for sort of how one-sided it was, I didn't think it was Carr's best performance. I didn't think he looked quite as sharp as we're used to. I didn't think he looked quite as fluid. So could be seeing, an even better version of Carr down the line. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. He didn't really blow through any clean shots. But I think Hamady is tough to wrestle. So I don't know. I think it could look like that again. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Hamady is super tough, and I'm looking forward. We'll see them both at the All-Star. We'll see Hamady versus Keegan and Carr versus Quincy Monday. A couple exciting matches there. Braxton Amos and Bastida had a tight match. I think it was just one takedown for Bastida was the difference. I thought Braxton looked pretty tough this weekend.
I think wasn't it like 2 takedowns to none or
Just
something?
2.
Okay.
2-0.
I misremembered.
But a couple escapes made the score like
Closer than.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Wisconsin for what it's worth. They did wrestle hard and they did a good job coming off bottom, which makes if you can't ride and the guy's getting off bottom relatively quickly, it does make it hard to like separate the score because every takedown is then a singular point. Not like if you get takedown in a period. I think actually Swiderski did that. I think he got 2 end of period takedowns, which then makes it a 1-pointer, or sorry, a 2-pointer instead of a 1-pointer. Yeah, but all Wisconsin guys were tough off bottom. I don't think anyone got ridden. I'm trying to remember. I don't think anyone got ridden for that much time. Did they?
No,
maybe 84 potentially.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That was just a very, very lopsided match.
Yeah.
And Skyler beats Hilger, and the demolition.
And
concluded.
That was a close one too because Hilger had ride time.
Yes.
So it would have been 2-1 Hilger.
Indeed. So, since you asked about the pick'em scores, Ben, I can just fill you in.
We don't
You guys
have
tricked
to.
me.
Now everyone knows, everyone brings it up that I won last year, kind of by a lot, and it's like, hey man, it's a new year.
A lot, my butt.
But I'm up again. 4-1
I won
last
most
week.
of the weeks last year. You just got lucky a couple times.
No. That's not even true. So 4-1, Ben was 3-2.
It is true.
The difference was I believe in Casey Swiderski and Ben overreacted to a wrestle-off result, and that was the difference. That's what
But
separates us.
Zargo, okay, listen, in all fairness, Zargo was good sometimes last year. I mean, he wrestled Cole Matthews tough, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, Swiderski kicked his butt. I don't know what to think about it.
He's freaking good.
He's good.
Go with your gut, which is that Casey Swiderski is really, really good. Peyton Robb, we got to talk about this. North Dakota. Did you watch North Dakota State, Nebraska?
I did not watch this match.
One more up.
It was crazy. It was a great duel. Great way to. It was the first duel I watched this season. It was very exciting. And it had the Rob Franek match. Rob won pretty dominantly, 7-4 against Franek. He had 2 takedowns. I don't know if they were in the first period or not. The first one was nice arm drag. And then he hit an arm spin and just came out the back, just on the go behind there.
I did see that.
So that was nice. But a really exciting dual meet, which came down to heavyweight. And I kind of thought that North Dakota State missed their opportunity when they didn't win 197 because Pence had Allred seemingly dead. It seemed like he should have won that. But Allred guts it out, gets a takedown late in overtime and wins it. And then it comes down to Juan Mora. So it comes down to heavyweight, and you're like, all right, no Mets magic. How can North Dakota State possibly win? But Juan Mora freaking did it.
We got Mora magic.
We got Juan Mora. Yeah, we got Mora magic. But a couple of things that stuck out, just that duel broadly. One, North Dakota State really wrestles hard. Every single guy, they're pretty tough, top to bottom. Apart from 74, which they have it was Gavin Sachs, who was a 149-pounder last year, and he got obviously handled by Labriola. Other than that,
do they have someone else to put in there, or
I don't know.
Will he be permanently there?
I don't know if he'll be their guy or not. So there's that, and then for Nebraska, they had 2 guys come out and get first takedowns and then kind of proceed to sort of get run out. So Brock Hardy comes out, first takedown, really physical, looks awesome, gets a takedown against Drogemuller, and then Drogemuller gets away, gets a takedown, roll through tilt, and he kind of pulls away. And then Jagger Condomini, who I'm really excited about.
He didn't get run down. It was a pin in the first period.
Well, I didn't say he got run down.
Well, you said they had guys come out, get the first takedown, and they get run down.
Yeah, not run down. He just got pinned.
It turned out to be big, those pin points.
Yeah, they were. So North Dakota State gets a pin of Jagger Condomini, which I did not expect, especially after getting that first takedown. Then immediately.
He looked real good for 25 seconds.
Yeah, you're like, all right, here we go. And no Lenny Pinto. And, with Ridge Lovett redshirting, it's going to be.
Don't they have another option at 84 also? Who was it?
Haas?
This is like their third Haas. Yeah, where the heck's he?
I don't know, but they could have
like
used
their
him.
third option.
Yes. So that made matters worse because they got destroyed at that weight. Parker,
Yes.
I think, was the North Dakota State guy, and he's actually pretty. He looked pretty tough. I'm curious how he'll perform this year. But it was a great duel. It came down to heavyweight, exciting matches. Sort of spoiled Nebraska's. They had a Jordan Burroughs homecoming. They honored all these wrestlers.
Yeah.
So you don't like to see that, but you know what? North Dakota State, you can't blame them for wanting to get a win.
No.
So it was a great duel.
Hey, did you know? A lot of these college rosters have they're kind of like the same website-ish type thing.
Yeah.
Did you know you can sort it by weight?
Some of them you can.
Yeah, I just
Some you can
realized
sort by
that.
jersey number, which is a very helpful function.
I don't know how that would help in wrestling, but yeah, I was trying to see if North Dakota State had a better option at 74, and there's 3 guys listed, and I don't know any of them or their skill level.
Yeah. But congrats to North Dakota State. That's a huge win for them, and that wasn't really on our radar as potential upset. So good job by them. And for Nebraska, they're if you don't put your best lineup out there, you can have some tough duel performances. If they have Ridge Lovett, they win this duel.
Or maybe potentially 84. I mean, I don't
even
want to give
Pinto
that guy,
or Haas.
Yeah, maybe they win that. But
They're not
Parker's
getting
not bad.
teched or
He's
pinned.
solid.
Yeah, they got teched at that weight. I don't think that happens.
Sachs is still listed as a 49 on the roster.
Yeah.
And Metz is still on the roster.
Man. Everyone is loving the Mora.
More magic?
Just the Mora puns.
There's so many more puns that you can use.
There's so many more.
Oh my God.
I can't wait. He might have to be.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
We need Juan Mora versus Wyatt Hendrickson.
More gonna get decked, bro.
Yeah, probably. Probably so. Okay, so other
last season when Hendrickson was just pin slaying everybody for the first half.
Everyone. And then Ben got tased because he was wrong about him. Wait.
You guys still haven't tased me. I think there's going to be a statute of limitations coming up soon if you guys don't get it done.
Statute of limitations? Maybe.
Yeah.
You're coming to Texas where tasers are legal and encouraged.
I don't know if that's the case, but I do love Texas. Go Freedom.
Go Freedom. So the other line that we had some differentiation was Mendez and Bird. We should talk about this match because it was other than Hamady.
You want to talk about the Michigan State Open altogether?
Let's just talk about it all together because a lot of stuff happened, but the number one thing we were looking forward to most was Jesse Mendez against this field. And then once the brackets came out, you're like, okay, should be Mendez Bird. They both, I would say, cruised to the final. And then it's Jesse Mendez with a late takedown, taking out number 5 Lucas Bird.
Sort of at the buzzer.
It kind of went off camera. I would have liked to see exactly what was happening.
Me too.
Camera person, maybe let's work a little harder next time.
Yeah.
But I told you yesterday, Christian, I think I know why people do it. I mean, I would never do it. But when they put the shin up on the thigh, can we get a video of that? Or do we
it's that same sequence again, Tyler. He was playing it.
Okay, sorry. I was looking at the result.
A little before. Yeah, right.
So when
here.
he puts.
No, you're right.
No. Yeah, well, I mean, we can let him go. When he puts the shin up on the thigh, I mean, I think people do that so that the guy with the underhook or seatbelt does not try to like scoop the leg with the knee.
Talk about right here.
So he's got right there. He's got his leg up. Oh, not right now. In a second, he will.
They stand back up.
Yeah.
That
right
one
here.
right there. See how he put his leg up on his thigh?
Yeah.
Like, I hate this. It just takes all your leverage away. And, boom, then he gets tossed off this,
Yeah.
So this is where you can't really see exactly.
Bigger Matt, he's getting pinfalled there.
I think he is, yeah. I agree. I think maybe his foot was off the mat, and that's why they stopped it, I'm guessing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
okay, so as you watch this match and you think about, okay, these are Big Ten opponents. They're likely going to face each other again.
I don't think they will until Big Ten's.
No duel, no
I don't
tournament.
think they overlap on tournaments either.
Okay. But we'll see it again. And
but this one's going to be big for seeding if they don't hit each other again.
For sure. And as you think about that match and what it means long term for the season, I didn't think Bird gave himself many chances to win this match. He got in on the edge one time, sort of on like he was in a front headlock of Mendez and hit like a peek out sort of thing, but he didn't even really get connection to the leg. Mendez, I really thought he missed an opportunity early in the match when he went from head to the leg. He was in great position, and then I don't know if you remember the situation, Ben, but
I'm blanking. I know Mendez was deep on a few shots, but
so it was like a deep whizzer from Bird, and Mendez just kind of circled around all the way out front until he had nothing. I didn't really understand it. I'll try to find it, and you can tell me what maybe was going on there. Mendez.
Yeah, Mendez is obviously the real deal. Bird is scrappy and tough to score on, which is kind of how the match played out. I'm looking at Ohio State's schedule. I don't know. I guess if they go to CKLV, but as far as duels are concerned, he's not going to have anyone super tough for a while in straight up duels.
Does Illinois
and
go
Ragusin on Friday, January 27th, maybe?
Yeah, I think he probably beats Dylan if I had to guess.
RBY Friday, February 3rd.
That's a different situation altogether.
But
I watched that match thinking it was Mendez who had more room for improvement in scoring opportunities than Bird. And I was super impressed that Mendez was able to get away from Bird, who is really stingy on top. And you think this would be, if he was going to ride him, this was going to be the time, And that he was able to get away pretty quickly is sort of telling. All right, I'm going to find this short offense here, and I'm going to tell Tyler where to go on the Bird Mendez thing. And I want Ben to watch it and tell me what the heck happened.
Okay, we'll watch the other one from the Michigan State Open. I thought you had the result in here. I was trying to scroll and find them. Was Broadnagle pins Hoffman. Essentially, it was 1-1. Hoffman hits a shot. Broadnagle hits a nice scramble, and then Hoffman tried to force himself back underneath on a leg pass and got caught on his back, and then obviously that transitioned to a Turk and then into a pin eventually. So big win for Broadnagle, bumping up a weight class. Probably bad decision making by Hoffman that led to the pin.
Yeah, it's 5-10 for Mendez Bird. But yeah, was that about a really good scramble from Broadnagle, or should Hoffman have not tried to pass the leg at that point?
Yeah, I wouldn't have tried to pass the leg. You know who also, I'm sure we're going to talk about, who also does some ill-advised leg passing, in my opinion? Glory.
I knew you were going to say this.
Oh, my God. Sometimes I'm like, bro, you're diving under so hard. Like, wow. And it's like, and sometimes it's what I would say unforced. Like, it's like, it feels like he doesn't even need to, and he just goes back under. So
I like I don't know if you watch. Different perspective.
Okay, there's one specific. I'm blanking right now if it's Shaver or Peterson, where it almost appears as though I don't remember if it's Shaver or Peterson. They hit a fireman's carry. Like when you watch it first, you're like, oh shoot, he fireman's carried him, And when you rewatch it, he just shoots a high crotch and goes to lift. And he goes back underneath right away. Like instead of sprawling or sitting in the corner, he goes back underneath. Like he doesn't have the arm. On the first glance, you're like, oh my God, he had the arm because he fireman's him because Glory goes to his back. And then the second, you're like, nope, he just jumped back underneath.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Glory after that weekend. Before we go to Patrick, because I do want to talk about his tournament, this Mendez Bird exchange here. Yeah, watch this. It's go to 5-10, and you'll see it.
Need match time.
Oh, match time.
Darn it. Hold on.
All right. Well, I'll talk about, another one I was surprised about. Giaga all the way up at 97. I thought people were saying 74 for him, maybe 84. He's all the way up at 97, and he looked really good up there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he finished his high school season at 170.
Yeah. Big boy.
Crazy, huh?
Excited to watch him. So, it's 28.
Started hanging out with Caleb Swomero.
What a beast.
Other than that, Michigan State Open wasn't nearly as tough as I thought it was going to be.
Right. Yeah, I agree. But had some pretty exciting moments for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting this.
And everything else was kind of, I don't want to say predictable, but kind of like everything else went to chalk, like stuff you would have expected.
What I liked from Mendez too is that whatever you want to call it, cow catcher, whip over, just throwing Bird to his back like that. Like that's just kind of big brother stuff that a lot of times you don't see from true freshmen, especially against a guy of Bird's level.
Okay, here it is.
Okay. All right, man, it's so small on my screen right now. I'm to like get my eyes. Boom. All right, gets
He's
there.
a deep whizzer.
Yeah, deep wizard. Oh, that's better view. Yeah. Oh, this was awesome. I love that scramble. No,
Really?
he just came through. He came through the other way.
Yeah, why?
Mendez should have hooked leg.
Yeah, why didn't he
like a David Taylor? That's what David always does.
I'm pretty sure.
throw
I'm
the
pretty
boot
sure
in?
you can't see it from this side of the screen. You can pause it. I'm pretty sure as Mendez tries to go to the other side, Bird has his other arm sealed, and so if Mendez would have tried to throw the leg in, it probably would have actually ended up poorly for him, and so he decided not to and went back out front. I think is what happens.
Okay.
So let's go. So so he's got Shin Wizard. Bird's tricky down here.
Why not shelf?
Oh, you can't shelf a Shin Wizard. Yeah, so he had that left arm sealed. You're not going to be able to shelf the Shin Wizard there because Bird's pretty tricky. They pull it out. So I think Mendez had the idea that he's going to throw the other leg in on it.
Okay, and Bird was sealed off.
And Bird was sealed. I mean, the thing that's been working really well against the Shin Wizard is like coming back out to the original side you shot to and attacking the knee and then trying to like ramp it up on your, on your shelf leg. But he obviously decided once he went backside, then it's like the arm's not coming out, so you got to try to throw the leg in, and so if he would try to throw the leg in, but he would have been sealed with his arm, he would have ended up in a bad spot.
So after watching Mendez one match, or in this match in his tournament, do you think he's a top 5 guy?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think probably so as well.
It's too bad that Rayvon or maybe someone else wasn't here.
Yeah. Northwestern did not send a large
both
contingent.
those teams.
Yeah. Okay. So
throughout this season, though,
he will certainly.
Plus CKLB.
Yeah, he won't lack for opportunities.
And they duel Cornell.
Oh, Vitali.
Mm-hmm.
Vitali Arujá. Could see that. That'd be fun. Okay.
By the time Big Ten rolls around, we'll know exactly where Mendez is at if we don't already, which I think we kind of all do.
Yeah, he's not ready to challenge Dayton or Roman.
How do you know that?
How do I know what?
How are you so certain of that take? He's not ready to challenge those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he took down Seth Gross how many times? If he gets a fraction of the takedowns he got on Seth Gross, and I realize they're significantly different opponents.
Mm-hmm.
But when you say that, I mean, so I'll put Vito.
Who has ever blown through Roman similarly?
Yeah, no, I said they're not. Yeah, I said they're different. Yeah. But when you say Roman, Dayton, and I'll even say Vito because I think he's I put him up there. I think they're favorites. I would make them the favorites against Mendez, and I would bet on them. But if you're speaking like me right now, that it's out of the realm of possibility for Mendez. Yeah, no, I actually don't think that's.
You're definitely putting words in our mouth. I was certainly.
You're trying to piss people off this morning, Christian.
What did I actually say, Ben? What do you think I just said?
Rewind, Tyler. Can we rewind the tape? You made me feel. Here's how you made me feel.
What do you think I said?
I'm gonna tell you how you made me feel. You made me feel as if Mendez did not have a chance against them dudes.
Yeah, not a chance. I don't know if I would say not a chance. I would say it's not likely, and he's certainly an underdog.
Not likely, fair. Certainly an underdog, fair.
And you certainly need more evidence to say he can go with Dayton or Roman, in my opinion. I actually think Vito is a decent matchup for Jesse.
Sure.
We're gonna get in a lot of exchanges.
A lot of mix it up. I think Jesse. I'd be surprised if Jesse wrestled Vito and didn't get a takedown.
Whereas Dayton and Roman are going to be able to control him a little bit better.
Yes.
It might be a closer match, but less up in the air.
And they're just really seasoned from the top position, and they'll.
So you think they're going to ride him, or you think they're going to get takedowns?
I think it'll depend on the situation, but how the match materializes. But I think it could ride him as good as,
especially if they have to.
If Roman has to, or if Dayton has to, I think they can. And I think they're the next level up in top wrestling from Bird, and then there's another level. And that's my opinion. I mean, I think he's obviously at some point probably going to be in that conversation more legitimately. Year one, I just have a hard time saying it, at least based on that match. If he comes out and he starts putting some distance between him and some of these guys, maybe so.
Here's the question. Tiers. We're breaking this up into tiers.
Mm-hmm. Tiers are back.
Do you go Roman Dayton tier 1? And then tier 3, Vito, Jesse, maybe a couple other guys? Or sorry, tier 2. Or do you go Roman Dayton, Vito, tier 1, those other guys through like Cannon, tier 2? Or do you go Roman Dayton tier 1, Vito tier 2 Island, tier 3 is Jesse, McGee, Bird, Ragusin, Cannon?
I in my mind, I think that Roman and Dayton are separated from Vito, so I think there should be separation there. I know that.
Now, does Vito have separation?
I know that's here. Yeah, I know that's weird given, Vito beat Dayton at the Olympic trials and all that, and Vito's been very successful at folk style. He's not just a freestyle specialist. But I don't know. That's just what my mind thinks. And then I do think Vito is separated for the time being, at least in perception, from the other guys. Jesse could enter that strata, but right now I would say separation between the top two and Vito has separation from the rest of the field.
I'm up with Vito Mendez in the same category.
Okay.
I'm ready to overreact with Ben.
We are. I mean, I thought I would be like, I thought I was gonna be the main Jesse overreactor.
Man, you just beat Bird. Bird is like, I would put Bird in tier 2. Like, I think Bird can go with Vito.
Okay.
You don't think that?
I don't know.
Let me look. I'm gonna look up Lucas Bird now. Jeez,
look him up. Man.
I don't think he had a lot of losses last year. I'm gonna get. He was 27-5. He lost to DeSanto, Ramos. Ooh, that was a bad one.
I was about to bring that up.
Ramos tech-balled a high school freshman, though, so Ramos looked good.
Shout out.
Dylan Ragusin, DeSanto again, 4-3. And then, Madrigal, I forgot about that one. But he beat Cannon. He beat Ramos. He actually beat Ramos 5-0 the first time.
Vito also got majored by Pat Glory last year, which that's why it's cause for concern. I think we'll see less roller coaster performances now that he's not pulling so much weight.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. I don't put Lucas on the same level as a Vito. Not at this point.
Man, that's gonna be a close match. That's gonna be like a 1 point, maybe 2 point match.
Possible. That's possible too. Okay, I thought I'd be the overreactor, but no, you guys are.
I don't think we're over. I think we're properly reacting.
They're simply
proper reactors.
Proper reactors. Okay. So good job, Jesse Mendez. That was a lot of fun. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch, along with these other Buckeye freshmen who are mostly in the freshman-sophomore division without getting Ben stirred up on that. It's just fine. Right. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. I was going to say something.
I'm
not.
I'm trying to soften my edges so people don't get so mad.
We'll see. Okay, so we discussed Iowa State, Wisconsin. We discussed Michigan State Open. I feel like there's some other things we're missing right now. Let me pull up the old results doc. Anywhere you wanted to go, Ben? Glory. That was it.
Princeton Open.
So yeah,
Southeast Open. We got some more opens.
Oh, that's right. Well,
Glory first.
The Hokie section is going to be a lot of fun. So, but starting with Patrick Glory, he had two very tough, and I didn't even know if he was going to wrestle in this event. You think early season, Princeton Open, are we going to see this guy with his big cut? Yeah, he showed up, he wrestled, and he had two really tough matches. First in the semis against Rutgers' Dean Peterson, which was a very, very close decision.
Wild.
I mean, the opening
Awesome
flurry
scrambles.
there was so fun. Some really good
I
scrambles.
really wish the camera work was better because it was. I mean, they're on the screen. They're very tiny,
Very
really
small.
hard to see. Um, the other thing that I thought about Christian when this was happening, these close matches is, and listen, I'm not saying right or wrong, no judgment. Princeton coaches, don't get mad at me. I like you guys. But they were all bragging how much money Patrick Glory made on his internship this summer and how he was, I don't remember, he was like in the Bahamas or somewhere awesome doing awesome things, making money with a good job because he goes to Princeton. Um, but maybe that has an effect on his wrestling if he wasn't competing this summer or wasn't training against other skilled guys.
Got it. So you meant I thought you were about to say something about Rutgers because you said you like the Rutgers coaches. You meant Princeton.
Did I say that? Oops,
Yeah.
I meant the Princeton.
Got it.
Let me see. How do I feel? I don't really know the Rutgers coaches all that much, so I don't really have a feeling on them. I did think it was wild. All the coaches were like on top of the mat. I wanted to say, back up, get back. I wanted to say, get back for the referees. They were like, both these matches, they were like swarming the mat. It was not ideal.
So talking with Coach Goodale this summer, he's like, man, I don't know what's going to happen at 25. He's like, Shawver just keeps getting better, and Dean Peterson is really freaking good. And man, after watching this, you can understand why that was his conclusion. Both guys I thought were really impressive. They're really good in multiple aspects of wrestling. They can attack, they can defend. They're pretty salty. Yeah, they can ride, all of them. And they got away from Glory pretty reliably. And so I had kind of a different perspective on all the dive rolls from Patrick Glory.
What was it?
Well, my thought was, man, the reason I was you get a little concerned in these matches is how much he was having to rely on what I viewed as like last-ditch defensive efforts.
Fair.
And that stuck out to me a little bit. Like, man, he's having to dig deep, dive under, because these guys are getting in and living on his legs. Like Dean Peterson especially was just like darting in really fast and causing Patrick to use defenses that I think probably he knows deep down you should not have to be using this a pass this much, and he was having to go to it a lot. So
there was definitely that one sequence where he jumped quickly to it, but I definitely understand what you're saying. But I mean, you think like that first Pearson scramble, he had to use all of the tricks,
everything,
everything, all the tricks,
and it was some of those sequences you just came away sometimes as a fan, just like appreciating, like, man, both these guys are really freaking good. And then you're saying that about someone that's wrestling Patrick Glory, which must mean the other guy's really good. But then there's also this other layer you have to watch everything through with Pat is how is he recovered? How is he actually feeling? Because that
was a long time after weigh-ins. That match wasn't happening until 6 p.m. or something.
You would think, but I still first time down to scratch. That's got to be. You're not just feeling super awesome right away, even 6 hours later.
Yeah.
And especially when you have to exert as much as Dean was making him exert, and then Shawver after that.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm going to agree and disagree, right? The 6 hours versus a 1 hour weigh, or a dual meet is a 1 hour weigh-in.
Well, yeah, I know that
a tournament is 6 hours. Well, hold on, let me finish. So obviously, in certain senses, that's a huge difference, right? But yeah, I mean, like if he's cutting as much, so like I remember when I made 163 for the first time, I was still feeling it the next day. So there are those circumstances, but so I mean, yes, if he's cutting that much weight, yes, then it's a real issue. But I think it's probably more. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's his first time down, and he's really like dying to make that weight.
Yeah,
because that last match, Shawver looked so tired because Shawver was only down by 2 points and didn't put together any good sequences of attacks in the last 45 because he was so tired.
Yes. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So I think it was both things. I think Rutgers has two really good 125 pounders.
Yes.
I don't know if they're all Americans. I think they're all American caliber for sure.
They're close.
But, and I also was like, man, that wasn't Pat's best day either. But you still got to give a lot of credit there to the Rutgers guys, and the caveat of Pat's first time out. So exciting matches, though. I encourage you, if you can find them. They make it as
Well,
hard.
they got Arizona State next weekend. Rutgers does. So they're going to have Courtney. We need to do an extra match. One of them needs to wrestle Courtney, and then the other one needs to wrestle
Richie
Gosh,
Figs.
Reggie Figs, yes. That's what
a
we need
great
to do
idea.
right there.
They've got to do that.
Let's do it.
That'd be brilliant. I would love to see that. Larry Steele says, time to pump the brakes on Glory challenging Spencer or Shaver Abyss. Well, those...
By both.
Well, yeah, you definitely... I think we've pumped them pretty significantly. But, yeah, beating Spencer Lee. I was watching that thinking about... I was like, man, one of these mistakes with Spencer is best case you give up like 4 points. Worst case, he just ends the match. Like, he put himself in a couple positions where... I thought Pat could have.
There was one where if Ref was in the right position, he could have called it.
Yeah, he put himself in some dangerous spots.
Yes, for sure.
So that was a little alarming. But yeah, when it comes to Spencer, it's going to be a long night for any of these guys, Glory included. But Glory is one of those guys where he'll look a certain way sometimes. Just think about his.
He got teched by Vito.
He's been teched by Vito.
And then majored him.
And all
maybe that's their whole rivalry is probably an anomaly.
But Pat had crazy. I remember CKLV, I think it was last year. He had nail biters early, and then he would like destroy guys.
That's probably a weight cut thing.
Yeah, for sure. He's just one of those guys who has he can have some real deviation. And if he can get it all right, all clicking, I think he can be competitive, but if it's like that, I think the match will be done before 7 minutes happens.
Out of hand, real quick.
Out of hand. So anyway, Pat Glory, applaud him putting it on the line. That was fun to watch, and it'll be fun to watch these. There's two really tightly contested 125 roster battles between two pretty good teams. You've got Rutgers with Peterson and Shaver. And then you've got Virginia Tech with Ventresca and Flynn. Right. Ventresca continues to kind of be the guy by the narrowest of margins, but he wins every single time, and he won the Southeast Open. Shaver, according to JD, won the wrestle-off.
Yes.
So he must have the leg up there for Rutgers, but very, very narrow margins. You got to figure these guys will be hitting some different tournaments and getting to compare performances.
Yes.
But yeah, for these teams in the era of transfers, it's like, how do you hang on to both guys? Because Ventresca and Flynn have
wasn't
lots
Peterson
of years.
originally going to Princeton?
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Dang.
And now Shaver's got several years of eligibility left. And Rutgers is good at 33. Virginia Tech's good at 33. So it's just, are these guys going to stick around? And it's never been easier to leave college and wrestle the next year, except for Kyle Berwick, apparently.
Hey,
and
I got to pee. I was up early because daylight savings. I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, my gosh. He's blaming daylight savings?
That wasn't even, today's not even the first day for that.
I wonder how long he was thinking of what's my excuse going to be.
You're just a coward, Ben.
Yeah, you just a pathetic bladder.
Honestly, weak-minded.
Yeah. You can't just get tough and hold it. All right, but you know what? The show goes on regardless of his bladder situation.
Hey, I'm over here. I've talked myself into Iowa State winning against Iowa this year.
Oh, really? Why don't you
It's not outrageous. It's not outrageous.
Okay, well, I know that it starts with Spencer not wrestling.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, come on.
Spencer gets the tech. They win at 33.
That's reasonable?
Yes. 41, real wins.
Okay.
49, Pinheiro wins over Mirren.
Okay.
He just beat Gomez.
I know that, but
57, they win. Because Iowa's down bad. 65, Carr wins. He could maybe even get a major.
Okay.
Potentially. 74, they win. If Nelson doesn't wrestle, they're putting out Swafford.
Why would Nelson not wrestle?
He hasn't been wrestling. He didn't wrestle in the wrestle-offs.
Oh, boy.
84, Marcus beats Abasad.
Yeah.
97, Younger beats Warner.
Oh, boy.
He did it last year. And then they lose heavyweight, but that's still a win for the Cyclones. Even with the tech fall from Spencer.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
It's happening.
Wow. Ben, while you were away, that
I
narrow
had to pee so bad. How come you guys never have to pee?
pathetic because we have mental. I have to pee right now, and there's two choices. I will go in my pants like I have many shows, or I'll just hold it like a real man.
I thought about having like something to pee.
I actually have a catheter underneath here.
Yeah, because that's how true pros do it. So while you were away,
Tyler, I can't see these guys. Can I see them by chance? I don't know what.
He misses us a lot.
I know. There we go.
While you were away, JD just said that Iowa State is going to beat Iowa at the duel.
All right, let's go through the lineup. Spencer Lee kills Terrakina.
But, first of all, my scenario even included a Spencer killing. But it's very likely he doesn't wrestle.
I would not say it's very likely.
Really? You think he doesn't wrestle for that duel?
I would just say
such a big duel.
I would just say that there's a possibility he doesn't wrestle. But if you ask me right now, is Spencer Lee wrestling that match? I say yes.
Yeah,
I'm sure he wants to.
It's his last Iowa State match. It's in Carver. He's gonna pick his spots, I'm sure. But this is a spot you pick,
especially because they might need him.
Oh, they're gonna need him.
They might need him. Okay. Terrakina, actually, I was impressed with Terrakina. Obviously, he had a couple takedowns on Barnett, and Barnett was coming back. We didn't talk about that match.
I could not find
tied it up to go to overtime with exactly 1:00 of ride time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Terrakina did a good job. He did get taken down. I don't know if I think he was gassing or panicking, one of the two in the third period. And Barnett came back and got a couple of takedowns, and Terrakina got off bottom both times, which I kind of figured, like, when Barnett got that takedown, I'm like, oh, he's good on top. He's going to stay on top for a while. But Terrakina was able to get escapes. And then to the second escape, they could have maybe called a second or two earlier, but they waited, and it was Barnett had 1 minute exactly of ride time, and Terrakina was winning 7-6. But so 7-7 went overtime, and Dresser actually challenged the escape time.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
that match did not make it to Airstream Ventures as far as I could find. I looked for it and could not. There's some Terrakina matches.
Goodness. You're acting like me now.
I find a lot. I did good.
You actually did good. That ESPN Plus video is 7 hours.
7 hours. I actually Nomad hooked it up. I forgot that the when it's on Arena, it gives you the mat assignment for the matches. Mm-hmm. So went back, checked that out. Thank you, Nomad. But yeah, I couldn't find that match, and I didn't get to watch live, so I didn't get to see it. But thank you for filling us in.
I will see if I can find it for you. How about that? Do you want me to do that for you?
It's okay. Yeah, if you can. But no, actually, no. Okay. Just lock in here because.
All right. Well, the whole Iowa State Wisconsin. I mean, it was fun. It was a JD. Tell me, it was a good duel.
It was a great duel.
No, I watched almost all the matches. Just the one. There were some that didn't make it.
You missed that one. Got it.
They didn't get archived, as far as I could tell. Maybe they're there. Okay, so we were not talking about that duel. We were talking about Iowa State.
Sorry, I brought up Terrakina's ability to get off bottom.
Yes, you did. But he still gave up riding time, right?
He did 1 minute exactly. But that was with 2 takedowns. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not getting away from Spencer, in my opinion. Allegedly. It's almost scientifically proven that he probably
almost scientifically proven.
Okay, so that's 25. Lopsided for Iowa, but keep it going.
33.
This is weird. I'm looking at all the matches, and you're right. 25 is not on here, and neither is. I said,
don't worry about it, Ben. Ben,
I'm ready. Let's talk about the Iowa State duel, the greatest duel in all of college wrestling.
33, Redding over Teskey.
I can see that for sure. That looks pretty good.
Feels possible.
41. Okay, Real Woods beats Swiderski, but I think it's a match.
I thought you were going Swiderski.
Don't need to, because at 49, I think it's more likely Pinheiro takes out Miran. Then
I don't know which is more likely to happen.
I don't know. That's a tough sell. Who was it? Ratchi gassed out Pinheiro so bad at junior trials last June, I think it was, maybe.
I honestly think that this may be crazy, but in my mind, Swiderski's got a better shot against Real than Pinheiro over Max. Maybe that's totally insane.
I think they're both not that great, but
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm trying to find the match right
But
now.
plausible. Very plausible.
Plausible.
They get one of those.
Slightly plausible.
57. I think the Cyclones could definitely win.
Yeah. Hey, you go wait on. Pinheiro Johnson was up 8-0 over Ratchie, and Ratchie didn't score a point in the match till a minute and 50 seconds left, and he teched
That
him
was old
18-8.
Pinheiro. That was old Pinheiro. He got gassed out by Mitchell too. Remember at the Open? He was up by like 8 or 9 on Mitchell.
I think he was up 8-2 or something, 8-3, something like that.
Yeah.
So 57. Remind me, who's their 57 for Iowa State?
Crazer.
That's Iowa's weakest weight also.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah. Man.
That's fair. Well, didn't they start someone else too? Iowa State started someone else besides Crazer, didn't they?
Well, Crazer won the wrestle off over Judge.
Judge wrestled the match. Yeah, Judge wrestled the match.
But with Crazer winning the wrestle off this early, I think he'll probably...
Judge was ranked. Oh, he lost to Troy Nation.
I don't know.
You familiar with his work?
Stand up.
Troy Nation, stand up. He beat Judge 11-8. I don't know. Okay, so keep going though.
65, Carr beats Kennedy.
Yeah.
74, Guyton beats Swafford.
So you're
so is Swafford gonna be the guy?
I think there's a possibility. There's
at least at
talk,
this point.
Yeah, of Nelson not wrestling the first half. He didn't wrestle in
Did
wrestle-offs.
someone say Nelson was hurt or something like that?
Possibly. That's a rumor. I haven't confirmed that. I don't know that. He didn't wrestle in wrestle-offs, and that rumor was out there before wrestle-offs. 84, Coleman beats Abe Assad.
Yes.
97, Bastida beats Warner.
Again.
And then Shiloh loses a decision to Cassiope.
Honestly,
how many wins was that? So 97, 84, 74, 65. That's 4.
57.
So they would need to find another one. I mean,
Between 33 and 49.
This is a good duel. This is going to be a fun duel.
This could be tight. It's going to be really close. Man, Spencer's got to wrestle. Spencer has to wrestle.
Because if Spencer doesn't wrestle, they lose that match. Is Ayala able to wrestle again yet or no?
I think he's redshirting.
But you can still wrestle.
No, he's not a first-year guy.
No, true freshman only.
Oh, he's not a first-year guy. Oh, that's annoying. It should.
They should change that. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it first-year guys only? That's weird.
I think because the whole purpose of the rule, which included other things, was like getting first-year guys acclimated to college athlete lifestyle, student athlete lifestyle. And so like second-year guys, the thought is like they already have that under control or whatever.
Yeah.
I agree it's dumb, but I think that was the thought process behind making it only first-year guys.
Dang, that stinks because it'll be obviously way better for the Hawkeyes if they could throw Ayala. Is he back from his shoulder surgery?
I'm not sure exactly what his status is or how much he'll be wrestling this year.
So it is winnable for Iowa State. It still feels like there's a lot of assumptions there.
Yeah.
Them
getting
the
Wisconsin duel.
What?
Where every match is competitive and the team score could go very far one direction or the other.
Yeah. I still think it's a little far-fetched that Iowa State takes 2 between 33, 41, and 49.
Well, in JD's thing, they would only need to take 1, and they would need to out-bonus them.
Yeah, they actually don't need 2. But he had 2 in his predictions. Yeah. JD's initial prediction was like 21 to 11 for the Cyclones.
That wasn't prediction. That was saying.
I'll take Iowa plus 9.5 there, JD.
That was a
I'll spot you a point.
That was a scenario where every domino, I was like, you could see this happening. And you said yes. Wait, and then you could see this happening.
Iowa have wrestle-offs? Where is it? Are those results up somewhere?
You can find them on our FloWrestling
Wrestle-off
tracker.
All right. FloWrestling. That's a new website. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, where is
Wrestle-off track.
They did them over 2 days. It was last Thursday and Friday.
All right. I'm going to find this wrestle-off tracker. Was there anything interesting or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, Oklahoma State wrestle-offs. Is anything interesting there?
Oh, yeah.
Winovich over Jordan Williams all the way down at 49. Wow.
You knew that was coming.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. 57. Wyatt Sheets at 57. That was up in the air, kind of, right?
Yep.
Wow. Teague Travis. Yeah, Whitlake. Wow. It's funny. Wait. What is going on here? Do you see what it says at heavyweight?
What?
Chandler Rogers over Connor Doucette. Chandler Rogers made a comeback as a heavyweight?
Dude, I wonder if they gave him a match. Chandler's big now, and he's back in Stillwater.
Because he was at Little Rock for a while.
He was.
He beat up on Connor Doucette. Has he got eligibility left?
No.
Yeah, he beat Connor Doucette 5-1. Whitlake over Haas 5-3 in overtime. That's an interesting result.
Is not to switch gears, but just slightly. Is Colin Shriver hurt? Because he didn't do the wrestle-offs.
I don't know. They didn't have some guys, like, not every guy wrestled off, so I don't know how much to read into that.
Yeah. Interesting. I wish they would put the weight. Iowa didn't put the weight classes in their write-up.
It's annoying, huh?
So, like, Jude Link and Carson Martinson. I don't know what weight class that is.
How about this one? I'm kind of surprised by this result. Kobe Seabrook 7-0 over Ratchi.
Yeah.
Are you surprised by that?
Yeah. That's a beatdown.
That's like really surprising.
Are we calling him Seabiscuit?
I call him Seabiscuit.
Oh my god.
There's actually 2 Seabiscuits on the team, Kobe and Kate.
There's 2. And they have the
Two
same
Seabiscuits.
name. I hate it when parents do like the same name or close enough to the same name. It's annoying.
I knew these twins back in Virginia, Harold and Harry.
Dude, what were their parents thinking?
I don't know.
They're just agents of chaos.
They was mad old. So who knows?
Oh my God.
Yeah, Harold and Harry.
Right. Kobe Seabrook is not that good. He's in his 4th year of college. He was 5-2 last year. Majored by PJ Ogunsanya. No really good wins. He
balled out at U23s one year.
Yeah, I remember that.
2020, I think it was.
Yeah. He didn't really got much going on. Yeah.
Lisbon, Iowa, stand up.
Lisbon, let's go.
Yeah, it's kind of a surprising loss for Ratchi.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said they're about on the same level.
7-0?
7-0 is
7-0
surprising.
level? That ain't the
7-0
same
is
level.
surprising. 7-0 is surprising. You're right.
7-0 is a beatdown.
Yeah.
You couldn't even get away one time.
Nope. Couldn't even grab his hands and make him lock hands and trick the ref.
Couldn't do nothing. Make
I'm
him
good
stall. He wasn't even stalling on top to ride your ass out that many times.
Yep. So, yeah, definitely some question marks. We'll see what Iowa hasn't wrestled a match yet. We'll see what lineup they roll out, and then I think we'll be able to make a better assessment. But as it stands, it's going to be a really competitive duel. The atmosphere is going to be insane. Hopefully there's no more little dust ups. Not that anything too bad happened last time or 2 times ago. I guess it was. That was a crazy duel.
Iowa State, Iowa. Let's go.
Hey, Iowa opens up with Cal Babb, so we're going to see Mitchell wrestle Hawkeyes because he wrestled this weekend.
I don't think he's going this weekend.
What? He could wrestle Patrick Kennedy. How you could wrestle last week, not this week?
Because I'm pretty sure he's going to Bill Farrell.
I didn't hear what you said. A field trip?
I said he's going on a field trip. Yes, field trip.
That's fun. Is he going to the zoo?
No, I said Bill Farrell.
Oh,
Bill
the aquarium,
Farrell, I believe. I think it's 2 weekends in a row, or 2 weekends away, but it's freestyle. So I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Don't quote me.
Man, I'd want to wrestle in Carver Hawkeye against Patrick Kennedy.
I know, I would too, right?
Not the Will Ferrell Invitational.
Well, the other thing that's that weekend is there's Iowa State wrestle Iowa State and Iowa back to back. But then that would be 2 dates also among 5 because he is redshirting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 good dates though.
That's fun.
If you're gonna get dates,
Fun times. Okay, so
wait, so is Flo is Iowa State's on Flo, right?
No.
What?
It's on Big Ten.
Oh,
But there will be a watch party.
Yeah, which is actually better than watching it live.
That is true.
It's better than even being there. It's better than even being there.
You guys are
And
funny.
you can watch me maybe go nuts if Iowa State does it.
Yeah, will you cry?
Are you gonna come? Well, you guys actually have a very biased Cyclone because I mean, you could have JD, you could have
Oh,
Sion.
I'll be bringing Sion on. Actually,
no.
Sion might not be able to make it.
Don't bring Sion.
He goes to
Bring
CKLB
Sion.
every year, and he might not be back in time.
This dude Sion, he is manners. Not just he can't do pleasantries and small talk. We're there at Who's Number One. Rader Block's there. Nice guy, nice kid. Sion's there. He doesn't know who any of these kids are, by the way. He doesn't know it. He's a Rader Block. Where are you going? Iowa. So they talk a little bit, and he berates him a little bit. And then Sion concludes the conversation by saying, well, it was something like, well, I'll see you when you get locked up in jail or something like that, because that's what happens to all the hot guys. It's like, I literally, so we were eating. We just had food for the kids. And then I was leaving as this conversation. I was sort of like monitoring it, making sure. And then as soon as he said that, I literally turned around and looked back in there. I was like, all right, it's Rader. But Rader took it all in fun and like somehow understood that Sion.
It's also hilarious because Sion
blowhard.
just loves talking about how much he partied in college.
Yeah.
at Iowa State.
Yeah. And all this guy talks about is how I ran this town. I ran these bars. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, dude. We get it. You partied, Sion.
All right, but I love. Oh man, Sion's so much fun.
Shout out to partying in college, Sion. That's quite the flex.
You're jealous you didn't party as much as Sion in college.
Yeah, everyone partied more than me.
But okay, what is the historical significance of? I don't think guys that go to Iowa end up in jail.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, "What are you basing this on?" Yeah, that's what I said to him. And then like he was literally like reaching back like 10 plus years away for his data. I was like, "All right, be quiet." But yeah, Sion.
I think it would be the first time in like 18 years that the Cyclones had beaten Iowa. The first time since Brance has taken over as head coach.
Yeah,
Yeah, they haven't beat him in a really long time.
Carver? Oh, no, man. I don't think so.
Like, we're going to sprinkle on some more magic. And it's going to happen.
Yeah, one
more.
more.
Did you guys see that Colby Franklin wrestled Jacob Warner 4-2? What do you make of that?
Good job, Colby Franklin.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Teammates, I don't know. Wrestle off stuff, what does it even mean half the time? We were, it had you guys kind of pumping the brakes a little bit on Swiderski. It's okay.
Christian, in all fairness, this the Swiderski match was right after the wrestle off was right after weigh-ins. And to my point about the Iowa State Wisconsin, that was like almost like 10 hours after weigh-ins because they had like a whole bunch of different rounds and stuff. So if the weigh-in thing was a factor for him, it probably would not have been in that match.
Yeah. Okay, we got to talk a little bit of Southeast Open as well, because there's some
do it.
Super notable things happened there. One, I already mentioned 25. Ventresca takes out Flynn yet again. He wins the title for the Hokies at 125. Sam Latona goes down. Back-to-back years where he has down performances at Southeast Open. I am admittedly surprised. I thought the move up.
I thought it was a weight thing.
I did.
Yeah,
I think everyone kind of did. I think everyone thought it was that. So we'll see. It was not his best performance for sure. I'm not sounding all the alarm bells yet, but I think it's a while before you can say, yeah, this guy's an All-American again. So he hasn't been able to. But I'm not writing him off either. But he's got Jesse Mendez this week. And he's going to be an under
big duel, right,
to get back on.
Ohio State, Virginia Tech.
Oh,
Let's go.
You can listen to it.
That is the duel. I'm going to it. I'll be doing the live audio broadcast for that one. Very excited to do that.
Nice.
So check that out. 41 FRL listeners, you got the exclusive on the Tom Crook heat. I've been telling you guys, Tom Crook's the real deal.
Yeah, you called that one.
Not only did he win the wrestle off, he wins the Southeast Open. He beats Casimir. He beats someone else pretty good.
Someone else good, yeah. But we can't trust you because you told us Andy Smith was going to be an All-American. So I don't know.
Speaking of, you just got dunked on. Andy Smith balled out at the Southeast Open.
There was nobody even reasonably good at the Southeast Open at 197.
Certainly there was because Andy Smith was there, and he's certainly reasonably good.
No, there wasn't. He beat
Lachlan McNeil, did Tom Crook.
No, I'm talking about Andy Smith.
Andy Smith would beat
Austin
Lachlan
Cooley.
McNeil too.
I never heard of Austin Cooley.
Austin Cooley, well, read a book. I can't read.
What?
I can't read your book, but you can read that. It's
You guys are
Andy Smith's
funny.
going to be pretty solid this year. He beat
Okay.
T.J. Stewart. You know him. I pull up Andy Smith's ledger.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Max
mean.
Shaw was in this bracket. Max Shaw is a person. He just lost to
He's a
Cooley,
person.
who Smith beat. And okay, you can say what you want about Andy and the level of competition, but what was the score in his final? Yeah, he destroyed everybody. So if you don't have good competition and you destroy everyone,
You
did
think he's
your
gonna
job.
destroy Gavin Hoffman this Friday?
Destroy? No. Beat?
Okay.
Maybe not.
Hoffman was just pinned. Is he vulnerable?
Compete. Yes. This is an NCAA semifinalist. Okay?
All right.
Gavin Hoffman.
He'll
He wrestled
compete.
in the semis.
He will go out there and compete.
He will compete. He will shake his hand and he'll wrestle hard. I think he'll surprise.
Okay.
I think he'll surprise.
Hey, why
I don't know if it will.
why no Hunter Bowen this weekend?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there with Bolin.
Okay.
But more
Really old. Probably pitch count.
the old guy, yeah. Could be that. Speaking of not old, Caleb Henson, he has quite a strong showing. Now, again, not the deepest of weights, but this weight had Verclaren, it had Sammy Hilligus, had someone
Good
else,
win for him.
Mason Phillips, and he comes out as a true freshman and wins the Southeast Open. Very impressive. So 2 true freshmen for Virginia Tech, performing really well with Crook and Henson. They're a pretty young, solid team. Yeah, no, don't know what's going on with Bolin, but Hunter Katka, he wins a decent bracket. He beats Wolfgram, who's ranked 16th, 4-1. So good job there.
Yep.
Good performance by the
Solid win
Hokies,
there.
and they're going to need a great performance to knock off Ohio State, because Ohio State's pretty freaking good this year as well.
Yeah, should be a fun duel.
Gonna be a very fun duel. I cannot wait for it. JD, shoot me straight. Any other Southeast Open related results or happenings? I feel like it was all sort of tech related.
Yeah, pretty much.
You gotta be feeling good
Yeah,
about
I don't
that
like
if you're
it
a
when
Hokie
they
fan.
separate. I would like to see some of these guys who are in the freshman sophomore division compete with the older guys, because there was a handful of pretty tough kids in the freshman sophomore that we did not get to see mix it up.
Okay, and we gotta talk about these young kids, these high schoolers wrestling these college opens. And Meyer Shapiro was the standout of standouts.
You proclaimed him the best high school wrestler in the country.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he is. I think he is.
Okay.
And so it's not just one, you just watch him wrestle. If you watch this guy wrestle, and
Like an eyeball
there's
test.
a couple things that he does that I think really stands out to me. He is not someone who is in a lot of exchanges where he's in any sort of compromise position. Guys have a really, really hard time just getting in on him, much less scoring, right? So I think his head-hands defense probably goes unnoticed because he's pretty offensive and he can attack both sides really well. He's a good finisher. He can scramble. He can ride. He was turning college kids consistently. I think he's the best skill for skill wrestler in America right now.
Can I push back on your best in America thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I will certainly give him the best at his weight class for sure. We'll give him that. But Christian, the guys he beat up on, I know they're in college, but I looked up their records and they're not all that impressive. Blake Saito, I believe, was under 500 last year, and Tyler Badgett maybe was slightly over 500, but did not have any notable wins. So, well, obviously this is an impressive performance by him, and I think he's obviously the number one at his weight class. Giving him the number one overall pound for pound, I think might be a stretch.
Well, I mean, I'm not basing it just on who he's beaten.
I know.
I just watch him, and I think he's a home run prospect. And listen.
So I don't disagree with that at all. But I'm just saying, you guys have him right now. Currently, you guys have him on the pound for pound. You guys have him at number 10. So to jump him over the 9 other people in front of him.
Yeah, I think that's way too low. I think he's.
Well, you need to go yell at David Bray then.
Christian Carroll, Keeter, Thompson, Forrest, Mullen, Jezorga, Rader, Welsh, Barr, Shapiro.
I mean, Jessaroga.
I actually don't know why he's so low because
he should be higher.
Yeah.
He should be higher.
Yeah, I'm on Team Christian right now. Who has he lost to lately?
Who has he lost to in the last 2-3 years?
I don't know.
What's his last loss? It's been a long time.
I don't know. What is his last loss?
I'm telling you, I don't know it.
Well, this is what you're supposed to know.
No, I don't have college results memorized for these guys.
High school.
It would be high school. It would be like Cadet Worlds or something.
Did he miss some time last year because of injury?
No, that's right.
I think he did. The last loss I can find for him, and this could be wrong, was Olympic duels. This would have been like a year and a half ago to Hunter Mason.
Okay, that's notable.
That might have been 2020. Off season of 2020. So 2 years ago.
That's 2 years ago.
And he took second at national preps that postseason.
Yeah.
2019, he got pinned by Jim Mullen. I don't even know who Jim Mullen is.
I think you know who Jim. I guess a different Jim Mullen.
It's got to be different Jim. That's not big Jim Mullen. This is small Jim Mullen.
Small Jim.
Pounds.
Who knows? Maybe Jim just got really big recently.
He also lost to Dylan Chauver twice at 2019 Beast of the East. We talked about Dylan Chauver.
He's come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just my opinion. I think there's a lot of really good guys. I think Carroll and Keeter are really good, but
yeah, I could see him being higher, but it is. I feel like it's a big jump to all the way to number one for him.
I feel like the bonus that those big guys have is a lot of times they will perform higher at the college level, especially like right away, just because a lot of times, not always, the field is deeper at your weights like 49 and 57. So
yeah, you guys are very
always a
slanted
1-to-1
to the upper weights right now on your pound for pound. In the top 20, you guys have 4 195s and 3 220s and 3 182s.
Also, a lot of times those guys are your upperclassmen, which get placed higher in the pound for pound versus your 13, 20, 26, 32. A lot of times are your freshmen, sophomores.
I would change this. I would put Angelo Ferrari much higher. So this is more okay. And pound for pound ranking is sort of different than what I'm talking about because I'm just talking about who I just think's better. Pound for pound ranking,
more like a big board.
This is more like my big board of like college prospects because I would put Angelo and Meyer like right towards the top. I think they're amazing.
And Ferrari's number one in 2024 big board.
No offense. Just Braden Thompson and Jesse Roger are really good. Zach Ryder are good, but I think skill for skill.
Shapiro is ahead of Braden and Barr and Jezeroga in the big board.
Okay.
But not pound for pound.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a byproduct, a lot of schedule, which
who they be.
One, Meyer is he's not one of these guys that wrestles every freaking weekend. He's like he picks his spots a little more than some of these other guys where you got like Jax Forrest who doesn't know how to take a weekend off. And then you've got Meyer, who like is a little more calculated, which I can also really appreciate. Same thing with Angelo, but I would put those two guys up there with just about anyone as far as prospects.
Yeah, I agree.
Just my opinion.
Cornell could kind of use Meyer right now. Slide him down to 49 or up to 57.
I'm curious what he projects at long term. I could see him being a 57, 65, even bigger.
I feel like he hasn't grown though. Didn't he? When 2 years ago he made the Cadet World Team, wasn't it 140? Oh, it was 138. It was that small, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's still kind of a similar range though.
Not that much.
He might be. Yeah, he might not get a lot bigger. I think he will to an extent. Okay. We only have 6 minutes left. Let's get to some questions.
That's it? Oh, my goodness.
I know. Let me see which question I want to go to. Has a team ever placed top 10 at NCAAs with no AAs? I seriously doubt it.
Seems impossible.
Yeah, no, even if you round 10 round of 12s would be like
3 wins, but 2 points into. If they all were to both. So yeah, because if you get 2 wins on the front side, you're in the quarters, and if you go on the back side, you need to get 3 wins to get there.
Yes.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 4 wins. So half a point each. Should be two advancement points on either side to get to that round. So that'd only be 20 points. And then even if your people were to have pinned every time on the front side, that's still only 40 more points. So every single match, every pin on the front side, yeah. I mean, if you went on the back side and they got a pin every single match, which is so highly unlikely, you would have 100 points.
Let's go. That should be so much strategy. Wrestle up 18. Out of Yanni, Dayton, and Spencer before they all started college, if I had said 2 would be 4-timers and 1 would be a 4-time runner-up, who would you have guessed as what? Well, no one. I think
that's so close. Ridiculous question.
Yeah, kind of a ridiculous question. But I think as you were coming into prognosticating these guys, you knew Yanni would be sort of on an island from the elite prospects coming in, whereas we knew Dayton, Spencer, and Suriano were going to be linked for a long time. So I would have definitely said Yanni would be one of the 4-timers, and then I think I probably would have said I wouldn't believe that anyone would be a 4-time runner-up, honestly.
Yes, I agree.
And I hope that's not the case for Dayton. Who's the most intimidating 25-pounder you've ever seen? Not to wrestle on a mat scary, but like, man, I never hope I see that guy in a dark alley scary.
First thing that comes to mind is Joe Dubuque because he was jacked. But he's also like 5'2".
Yeah, Joe Dubuque, definitely. Crazy hair. Man, I feel like Nick Simmons would definitely mess you up pretty bad.
Yeah.
He'd choke you out and leave you
there.
there.
But you're not, but that's not what the question said. The question is you look at them and you're intimidated.
You don't know wrestling. You don't know wrestling.
There's no one who's intimidated by Nick Simmons.
Okay, wow.
He might strangle you, but when you look at that dude, you're like, I don't got to warm up. I'm whooping that dude.
Honestly, Robles is because he's so big.
He's got crutches, so they're weapons.
Yeah, he's got crutches. He can beat you with them.
I can run away from him, though.
Maybe. Yeah,
he's fast on crutches.
He's fast on crutches.
He's lightning.
I watched him do like there's a Flow video of him like going up the mountain with his crutches.
Yep.
Like he's obviously not as fast as like all the wrestlers, but for a sprint, he would have a challenge.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, Nathan Tomasell is a pretty scary looking dude because he's like a.
Oh, I don't think so. He doesn't even have facial hair still.
Okay, so who's scary, Ben?
If he talks.
So who's scary?
Not the most
the problem is they're 120. They're 125 pounders. That's our first problem.
Yeah.
I weigh like 195, so I'm not too intimidated by someone who's 70-ish pounds smaller than me. Who would actually be scary? Let me think about this. I don't know. I thought I looked at this question. I thought that is preposterous.
You just can't envision being scared of a 25-pounder.
No, because they're so small. And
Boo Dryden back in the day, because he's like 6'3", $125.
Is that intimidating though? You need to get somebody with like a shaved head that just has that crazy look in their eye.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, he's got
like even though you know you're gonna beat their ass, they're gonna get a few shots in on you somewhere.
Right. They're gonna bite you.
Gouge your eye.
Yes. They might even do some groin shots.
Vader. Mark Vader's the answer.
Man, well, I think Henson was a lightweight, right?
Yeah, he was 118.
Sammy Henson, I guarantee you, he was striking fear.
He'd gouge your eye.
Yeah,
he'd get you. And there's also take your pick with the Brands brothers.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you got Brands brothers and Henson's are my. I don't want to fight. Oh, there! Look at Nick Suriano's entered the chat. Look at that. Look at Nikki 100. All right, last question.
I don't want to fight that guy.
On a last question.
I'm watching. I'm waiting at comments that just popped up for me after you guys.
What'd they say?
No, I'm just saying the Suriano picture. Like I wasn't. Sometimes I have the chat up so I can see, and so the Zoom pops up ahead of the other ones. Yeah.
All right. On a recent podcast, Marcus Levasseur told a story about Ben, saying Ben was known for carrying a boombox and playing Another One Bites the Dust near opponent's warm-up. Is this true? What do you remember about that match?
Yeah, this is true. I thought, man, I was wild. What was I doing?
So you just did that. Now, you did it during warm-ups, or you did it like after you won?
No, before we went on the mat. And I would do, I don't know if you remember this commercial, but I would also do, I would chase people with Eye of the Tiger. Do you remember that commercial?
No, I don't remember that commercial.
You don't remember this commercial? There's a commercial where the dude pops up behind the bushes and he chases people with Eye of the Tiger. So I started doing that, and people would get so mad about it.
I gotta.
Oh, we find see if we can find
Following
this commercial.
joggers blasting Eye of the Tiger. Okay, hold on.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I think so. It's just someone. Oh, now I'm hearing you as well.
All right. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'll try to find it for you. But yeah, I would do that.
You were such a little doucher in high school, Ben.
Marcus kicked my butt. He was number one in the country, and I was not. And so, yeah, he kicked my butt.
Got it.
But I think this is the one right here. Is this the one right here? Let me see. There, yeah. So, anyways, I did that, and it would make people so mad. It was hilarious.
Interesting. All right, I think it might have been a Starbucks commercial. I don't know.
That's what I think it is. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's 9:45. We got to get up out of here.
It felt good to talk about college wrestling results again.
Not a hypothetical.
Oh, this is not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh boy, Ben can't let it go.
All right, I'm done. I had a great time watching college wrestling as well.
It was awesome. We'll be back Wednesday. We will see you then. Hope you guys have a great, great Monday and a great week. Happy wrestling. See you guys. Goodbye.
Peace.